Men, pay attention. This one confuses a lot of guys, but once you understand it, your dating life changes. Sometimes a woman pushes you away at exactly the moment she wants you most. It sounds counterintuitive, but this behavior isn't random. It's rooted in how female psychology works and how women handle their feelings of desire, vulnerability, and control. Understanding this can save you from frustration, confusion, and making mistakes that push her even further away. When a woman pulls back, it's rarely a rejection of you personally. It's often a reflection of her internal conflict, emotional intensity, or the way she tests connection and attraction. She might feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or deeply attracted and unsure how to handle it. What looks like distance or disinterest can actually be a sign that she's highly invested emotionally, but she doesn't always show it in obvious ways. This video will break down exactly why this happens, what triggers it, and how you can respond effectively without overreacting. You'll learn to read the signals, understand her emotional dynamics, and act in a way that strengthens attraction instead of weakening it. We'll cover the patterns that cause women to pull away, the mistakes men make that push her further, and the behaviors that allow you to remain magnetic even when she seems distant. By the end of this, you'll have a clear understanding of why women push at the exact moment they want you and how to respond in a confident, strategic way that increases your chances of connection and intimacy. You'll know how to turn confusion into control and make her want you even more. 1. Emotional intensity. One of the main reasons a woman pushes you away when she wants you most is emotional intensity. Men often misinterpret distance as rejection, but when a woman is feeling strong attraction, desire, or deep emotions, she can become overwhelmed. This isn't about playing games. It's about how her brain and heart process high levels of emotional energy. When emotions spike, her natural response can be to pull back as a way to regain control and clarity. Think of it like a pressure cooker. Strong feelings create internal tension, and pulling away is her way of releasing that pressure without losing the connection completely. She may crave your attention one moment and need space the next. Men who don't understand this often panic. They chase, overtext, or try to force closeness, which only amplifies her need to distance herself. Instead, the key is to recognize that her pullback often signals high investment, not low interest. Emotional intensity also makes her sensitive to your behavior. If you remain calm, confident, and emotionally steady, she feels safe to experience her own feelings without judgment. But if you react desperately, impatiently, or with insecurity, it spikes her internal tension and increases the push. The stronger her attraction, the more extreme these swings can appear. You're not seeing confusion, you're seeing emotion in motion. Women may pull away to test your stability, gauge your response, or create space to process their own desire. This is why many high-value men notice women acting distant right when she's deeply attracted. She's managing her emotions, not rejecting you. Small gestures, like giving her space, staying engaged in your life, and communicating lightly without neediness, allow her emotional intensity to settle naturally while keeping her curiosity and desire active. Recognizing emotional intensity as a driving force gives you an edge. It helps you stay calm, patient, and responsive instead of reactive. You're not chasing her. You're allowing her to navigate her emotions while maintaining your own stability. This balance of presence and space strengthens attraction and positions you as the man who can handle high emotional energy without losing composure. A rare quality women find irresistible. 2. Fear of vulnerability. Another major reason a woman pushes you away when she wants you most is fear of vulnerability. Attraction and desire require emotional exposure, and many women instinctively guard themselves when feelings get intense. Opening up emotionally creates risk, the risk of getting hurt, being rejected, or losing control of her feelings. When she senses that her emotions are deepening, the natural response for some women is to pull back, to create distance while she processes those feelings. This isn't about disinterest. In fact, it's usually the opposite. Women often push away exactly when they feel most drawn to you because they are wrestling with the intensity of their desire. By stepping back, she's trying to manage her own emotions without overwhelming the connection. She's testing herself and testing you to see how you handle her pullback. Will you overreact, chase, or show insecurity? Or will you stay grounded, confident, and composed? Your reaction in these moments directly influences how safe she feels to remain close. Fear of vulnerability also intersects with her past experiences. If she has been hurt before or experienced emotional rejection, the intensity of attraction triggers caution. The push isn't personal, it's protective. She wants you, but she doesn't want to feel exposed in a way that makes her feel unsafe. Understanding this allows you to interpret her distance correctly. It's a shield, not a wall. Your role as a man is to create an environment where she can safely lower her guard. This doesn't mean pressuring her, over-explaining, or rushing intimacy. It means demonstrating emotional stability, consistent presence, and respect for her space. When she sees that you can handle her intensity without needing her to explain or justify herself, she begins to let her guard down naturally. Recognizing fear of vulnerability helps you avoid the biggest mistake men make, interpreting her pushback as rejection or playing along with the game by trying to force her closer. Instead, you stay calm, confident, and consistent, allowing her to navigate her emotions while reinforcing the sense of safety and attraction. When you respect her boundaries and meet her emotional energy with composure, she begins to come closer. Not because you chased her, but because she feels secure, exploring her feelings for you. 3. Testing your value. When a woman pushes you away while wanting you, she's often testing your value, both consciously and unconsciously. Attraction isn't just about physical or emotional connection. It's also about perceived strength, stability, and confidence. By creating distance, she observes how you react under pressure, how much composure you maintain, and whether you respect your own worth. Her pushback is a subtle challenge. Will you chase, beg, or panic? Or will you remain grounded and self-assured? This testing behavior is natural. Women want to know that the men they invest in can handle their emotions, stand their ground, and maintain independence. If she perceives you as weak, insecure, or easily swayed, she may pull further away. Conversely, if she sees a man who continues to live fully, communicate lightly, and maintain boundaries, her respect and attraction grows. The push is often a measure of your emotional and social resilience. The way you respond to this test directly impacts whether she moves closer or further away. Overreacting, chasing, or seeking constant reassurance signals low value and feeds her doubts. Staying calm, confident, and patient demonstrates high value and emotional intelligence. This doesn't mean ignoring her. It means interacting with intention, humor, and confidence, allowing her to feel both intrigued and safe at the same time. Subtlety is key. Her test may come in small behaviors, delayed responses, playful teasing, or moments of distance when you expected closeness. These actions gauge how well you handle ambiguity and challenge. If you respond appropriately, she feels validated in her emotional exploration and begins to trust that she can show interest without losing control. Testing your value also serves another purpose. It reassures her that you are not desperate. Desperation erodes attraction instantly. By maintaining your standards, showing independence, and subtly reinforcing your worth, you pass the test and strengthen her desire. Women return to men who meet this balance. They want someone strong enough to challenge them emotionally, while remaining a reliable anchor in the connection. Understanding this dynamic allows you to approach her pushback with perspective. It isn't rejection. It's a litmus test for your composure, confidence, and self-respect. Pass this test, and her attraction intensifies. Fail it, and the push becomes a permanent wall. Recognizing that women test value helps you navigate emotional ups and downs strategically, turning moments of distance into opportunities to deepen respect, curiosity, and desire. 4. Desire and fear. When a woman pushes you away while wanting you, it's often a tug of war between desire and fear. Attraction creates strong feelings, but deep emotions can trigger anxiety, uncertainty, or fear of losing control. The stronger her desire, the more intense her fear can become. She wants you, but she's afraid of getting too close too fast, of feeling vulnerable, or of being hurt emotionally. This internal conflict makes her pull back, even while her feelings are growing. Fear and desire coexist because women process emotions differently than men. Men are generally more linear. Desire equals pursuit. Women, however, often process emotional intensity through caution. When desire peaks, fear often rises simultaneously. This is why a woman can be affectionate, flirty, and present one moment, then distant or evasive the next. Men misread this as rejection or disinterest, when in reality, she's managing the emotional tension that attraction creates. Your response matters more than her behavior. If you react with panic, jealousy, or neediness, it reinforces her fear and pushes her further away. If you respond with calm confidence, emotional stability, and subtle engagement, it eases her fear while allowing her desire to grow. She feels safe to explore her emotions without feeling controlled or pressured. This balance between presence and space is what creates long-term attraction. Sometimes her pushback is about testing boundaries, how far she can go emotionally before feeling unsafe. She wants a man who can handle intense feelings without losing composure. By staying grounded, you show her that you are reliable, stable, and capable of managing emotional intensity, which reduces her fear over time. Desire and fear also influence timing. The moments when she pushes away are often strategic. She needs to process her feelings internally before she can engage fully. Giving her space while remaining subtly present keeps the emotional tension alive and reinforces attraction. Her desire remains, but her fear diminishes as she sees that you can handle both her intensity and her distance with composure and confidence. Understanding the push as a blend of desire and fear transforms your perspective. You stop reacting emotionally to distance and instead see it as an opportunity to deepen attraction. Her pushback becomes a sign that she's highly invested, not rejecting you, and your calm, confident response strengthens her connection while giving her the emotional security to want you even more. 5. Testing commitment. When a woman pushes you away while wanting you, she's often testing your commitment. This isn't about controlling you or playing games. It's about measuring whether you're consistent, reliable, and capable of handling her emotional intensity. Women naturally assess men not only for attraction, but for long-term stability, emotional maturity, and resilience. When she senses strong feelings, but fears overexposure or vulnerability, she may create distance to see if you remain steady. This test often comes through subtle behaviors. She might withdraw attention, delay responses, or act distant in social situations. Men often misinterpret these actions as rejection, when in fact she's evaluating your ability to maintain confidence and composure. Her goal is to see whether your connection is genuine and whether you can maintain value when the dynamic becomes challenging. A man who reacts with insecurity or desperation fails this test, while a man who remains grounded, patient, and calm passes with flying colors. Commitment testing is closely linked to consistency. Women are drawn to men who show that their attraction and presence aren't dependent on emotional highs or lows. By maintaining your standards, living your life fully, and showing calm confidence, you demonstrate that you are a man worth her trust and attention. She sees that your value isn't conditional, which reinforces both desire and respect. Timing matters here as well. Women often test commitment when their feelings are strongest, because this is when they feel both the most connection and the most risk. Pushing away allows her to gauge your emotional availability without fully exposing herself. How you respond during these moments, staying confident, light, and steady, signals that you are capable of handling intimacy and emotional intensity. Another key aspect is indirect observation. She may watch how you handle your social life, interactions with friends, or personal goals. She's measuring whether your life is balanced, whether you have independence, and whether you will remain composed despite her distance. Passing this test requires subtlety, patience, and self-assuredness. Understanding commitment testing transforms your perspective on her pushback. It's not a sign to chase or plead, it's a signal that she's highly invested and evaluating whether you're a man she can trust with her emotions. By remaining steady, confident, and consistent, you allow her to lower her guard naturally and deepen her attraction, turning her pushback into a powerful opportunity to strengthen your connection. 6. Subtle signals of return. When a woman pushes you away while wanting you, she rarely announces her intentions outright. Instead, she drops subtle signals, small cues that reveal her continued interest, curiosity, or desire. Recognizing these signals is crucial because they show you whether her distance is temporary and how you should respond without overreacting. Men who miss these signals often misinterpret her behavior and either panic or give up too soon. One common signal is increased indirect attention. She may like your posts on social media, comment casually, or reference things you've said in the past. These actions are not random. They indicate she's thinking about you and testing your reaction. Another signal is tone in conversation. If she teases you playfully, laughs at your jokes more than usual, or initiates light-hearted exchanges, it shows she's emotionally engaged even while maintaining distance. Body language is another powerful clue. Lingering eye contact, subtle touches, or leaning in during conversation can all signal emotional interest. She may act reserved at first, but small gestures often reveal that she's managing her emotions and still drawn to you. Observing these cues helps you differentiate between genuine pushback and permanent rejection. Women also give subtle signals through social settings. She may show up in places she knows you'll be, mention mutual friends, or create opportunities for casual encounters. These actions allow her to see you in action, assess your confidence, and gauge your response to her distance. How you react, calmly, confidently, and with composure, can reinforce her attraction and make her feel safe, returning emotionally. The key is subtlety. Don't overanalyze or overreact to every like, comment, or glance. Instead, use these signals as indicators of where she is emotionally. Respond lightly, maintain boundaries, and demonstrate your value through actions and demeanor rather than words or persuasion. This builds tension and attraction, making her pushback a temporary phase rather than a permanent barrier. Recognizing subtle signals of return transforms the dynamic. Her pushback is no longer confusing. It becomes an opportunity to observe, respond strategically, and maintain control of the connection. By staying calm, confident, and emotionally intelligent, you allow her desire to grow while easing her fear, ultimately increasing the likelihood that she will come back fully invested in the connection. 7. Leading the connection. When a woman pushes you away while wanting you, the way you respond can determine whether she ultimately comes closer or drifts further. Leading the connection isn't about control in a manipulative sense. It's about setting the tone, maintaining confidence, and guiding interactions in a way that keeps attraction alive. Women are drawn to men who can navigate emotional intensity without losing composure, and your leadership in the connection creates both security and desire. Leading starts with mindset. Understand that her pushback is a natural response to strong feelings, not a rejection of you personally. Accept the situation calmly, without panic or overcompensation. Your goal is to remain present, confident, and composed, giving her space to process her emotions while keeping the connection emotionally engaging. This balance demonstrates emotional intelligence, a trait women instinctively respect and desire. Communication is a key aspect of leading. Keep interactions light, playful, and confident. Avoid over-explaining or trying to convince her of your value. Instead, show it through actions, demeanor, and subtle engagement. Use humor, teasing, and storytelling to create moments of connection while reinforcing your independence and self-assuredness. This approach makes her feel safe, exploring her emotions while keeping the emotional tension that fuels attraction. Boundaries are another critical tool. Don't chase, overtext, or try to force closeness. Maintain your routines, priorities, and personal standards. This demonstrates that your life is full and that your presence in her world is a choice, not a necessity. By leading with boundaries, you communicate strength, stability, and self-respect, qualities that heighten her desire while easing the fear that triggered her initial pushback. Timing and pacing are also important. Let her initiate some engagement, respond selectively, and create moments where she experiences your value indirectly. Each interaction should reinforce attraction, curiosity, and emotional pull without triggering pressure or fear. Women respond positively to men who guide the energy of connection, maintain composure, and create a sense of intrigue and reliability simultaneously. Leading the connection ultimately transforms the push-pull dynamic into a space of mutual desire and emotional security. She begins to see that you can handle her intensity, respect her boundaries, and maintain your own life with confidence. By demonstrating leadership in this way, you strengthen attraction, deepen emotional engagement, and increase the likelihood that her pushback turns into a full, enthusiastic return to the connection. Men, when a woman pushes you away while wanting you, it's not a rejection. It's a signal of intense emotion, desire, and sometimes fear. Understanding this changes everything. Her distance is often driven by emotional intensity, fear of vulnerability, and tests of your value and commitment. Recognizing these patterns allows you to stay composed, confident, and strategic, rather than reacting out of insecurity or confusion. The key is balance. Give her space without disappearing. Stay confident without arrogance, and engage without desperation. Pay attention to subtle signals, her playful texts, indirect attention, or social cues that indicate she's still invested. These signs reveal her emotional state and help you respond in a way that reinforces attraction instead of triggering more distance. Leading the connection is essential. By maintaining your composure, setting boundaries, and guiding interactions with confidence and patience, you create a dynamic where she feels both safe and drawn to you. Women are naturally attracted to men who can handle emotional intensity without losing their stability, and this balance is what turns pushback into deeper desire. Ultimately, her pullback is an opportunity, not a setback. When you understand the psychology behind it, respond strategically, and embody confidence and emotional intelligence, you not only preserve her interest, you strengthen it. Men who master this dynamic become magnetic, respected, and irresistible, capable of turning moments of distance into moments of growing attraction and deeper connection.